The restaurant was nearly empty that evening, its golden lights reflecting softly off the polished wooden tables. Michael sat nervously in the corner booth, his worn jacket folded beside him, a small notebook in front of him filled with scribbled bills and reminders. He was a single dad, every dollar stretched thin, every decision weighed carefully. Across from him sat his 8-year-old son, Liam, whose tired but bright eyes never seemed to lose their sparkle, no matter how hard life pressed them down. Michael had promised Liam they would share one special dinner out, just father and son. Nothing fancy, just hamburgers and fries at a nice place. To Liam, it felt like a grand adventure. To Michael, it was a risk. He had counted and recounted the money in his wallet before coming. There was just enough, barely to the other side of the restaurant. Seated at a table with an air of quiet confidence was Isabella Hart, the name whispered in every boardroom, the Millionaire CEO, whose presence commanded respect. People always noticed her, though she rarely let anyone see beyond her immaculate suits and cool demeanor. Tonight, however, her sharp gaze wasn't on the contracts waiting on her desk or the calls she had ignored from investors. Her eyes were fixed on the small family in the corner. Isabella had arrived intending to eat alone, another night of silence, but the laughter of the boy caught her ear. She watched as Liam tore his burger in half and offered Michael the bigger piece. She saw Michael hesitate, then smile faintly, though his eyes betrayed a lifetime of exhaustion. And when the waitress returned with the bill, Isabella noticed the flicker of panic in Michael's face as he discreetly shuffled bills beneath the table, afraid he might not have enough. That it stirred something deep in Isabella. She had known wealth her entire life, but love had always been scarce. Her own father had measured affection in achievements, never in warmth. Watching this father and son share a meal, Isabella felt an ache she couldn't ignore. When Michael rose to leave, holding Liam's hand tightly, Isabella did something she had never done before. She followed them outside. "Excuse me," Isabella called, her voice calm but steady. Michael turned, startled, immediately protective of his son. "Yes? Can I help you?" Isabella paused. This was a man clearly used to being overlooked, dismissed by the world. Yet here he was, carrying himself with quiet dignity. "Please don't joke with me," Isabella said, almost like a plea. "I don't know why, but I can't walk away from what I just saw. You don't even realize the strength you carry." Michael frowned, confused. "I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I'm just a single dad trying to get by." Isabella's voice softened. "That's exactly what I saw. A man who gives his son everything, even when he has nothing left for himself. And I want to know you. Both of you." Michael was stunned. People didn't notice him, certainly not millionaires. He shook his head. "Look, I don't know what this is, but we're fine. We don't need pity." Isabella stepped closer, lowering her voice. "This isn't pity. It's admiration. It's respect. I've spent years surrounded by people chasing me for my money, my power. But tonight, I saw something real, something I never had but always wanted, a father's love. And I can't ignore that. Please, let me prove I mean this." Liam peeked up at Isabella curiously, sensing the sincerity in her voice. "Dad?" he whispered, tugging on Michael's sleeve. "She sounds like she means it." Michael swallowed hard, torn between fear and hope. His life had been a string of struggles, disappointments, and broken promises. He couldn't afford to trust easily. But Isabella's eyes, sharp yet vulnerable, held no judgment, only an ache that mirrored his own. Over the weeks that followed, Isabella kept her word. She didn't show up with gifts or money. She showed up with time. She joined Michael and Liam at the park, sitting in the grass in her expensive suit, laughing as Liam taught her how to fly a kite. She listened when Michael spoke of his hardships, never interrupting, never offering solutions wrapped in wealth. Instead, she offered understanding. Slowly, the walls Michael had built around his heart began to crack. He saw how Isabella looked at Liam with genuine affection, how she listened to the boy's endless stories as though each word was treasure. He saw how Isabella treated him, not as someone beneath her, but as an equal, as someone worth pursuing. One night, as the three of them walked home under the quiet glow of street lamps, Liam skipped ahead, humming to himself. Michael slowed his steps, glancing at Isabella. "Why us? Out of everyone in your world, why choose a man with nothing to offer but his love for his son?" Isabella's answer was simple, but it carried the weight of her truth. Because that love is worth more than everything I've ever owned. And because, Michael, for the first time in my life, I don't feel alone when I'm with you. Michael's chest tightened. He had lived so long believing love was something life had taken from him forever. Yet here was a woman who saw him, not his struggles, not his lack, but him, and chose him anyway. Under that quiet night sky, Michael finally let the walls fall completely. He reached out, his hand trembling as it found Isabella's. "Then don't let go," he whispered. Isabella's grip was steady, certain. "Never." And as Liam's laughter echoed down the street, the poor single dad and the millionaire CEO walked forward, not as two people from different worlds, but as one family learning, at last, what it meant to be truly rich in love.